Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today we are finishing up the teddy bear junk journals. We will be sewing the cover to the inside pages, and then we're going to be putting in all the goodies on the inside. I'm going to show you how to make this really cute pocket tag here to go into your junk journal. So let's get this stuff cleared off and get started. The first thing I want to do is show you how I made this cute little altered seed pocket here, and it holds a tag. So I bought these seed pockets. I believe it was on either eBay or Amazon. I will put a link for them down below, but they are just simple little pockets that they used to send seeds in, and they're sewn at the bottom and on the side. But they're just a simple paper pocket that you could make just with a piece of thin like craft paper, and you just fold it up, sew it, and then fold it and sew it that way. So that's a pretty easy thing to make if you didn't have these. I'm just going to use my 1-inch hole punch and punch a little hole at the top here, just so it makes it easier to pull the tag out. And I'm going to add some ink. I already inked up both sides already, but I want to ink this top here where I just clipped that out. And then I have a music sheet here that I just tore on all 4 sides, and I'm going to ink that up. And I'm just going to use a little glue and glue that down. I'm going to cut a little square here of this fabric that I have. Kind of pull some edges. And I'm going to stick that down underneath here, just so it pops out a little bit. Just like that. Then I have this part of a book page of a little Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin there. I just tore it, and I'm going to add some ink around the edges. And glue that down. Then I have a piece of crocheted lace that's a little scrap, so I'm going to add some glue up here at the top. And trim that off. And the last thing I want to do is add some buttons up here. I have some vintage buttons. This one already has some old thread left in it, so I'm just going to glue that one down. And then this one I want to add, I have this embroidery thread, so I'm just going to tie a little piece of it through, so it adds a little bit of red element to it. And I'm just going to double knot it. And trim the edges so it's short, or trim the sides here. Now I'll just add some glue. Just like that. Super cute, and took only a few minutes there. And now I just have this square, and it's about 2.5 inches wide by about 4 inches. It was just a scrap that I had. So I'm just gonna edge it here with my ink. And then punch a hole in the corner. And then I have this other scrap piece from my vintage fabric. So I'm going to tie it up at the corner here. Just like that, and it'll slide right in here. And now you can either just tuck this in a tuck spot or glue this directly down on a page, and this can be used for pictures or for journaling. But it just looks super cute and super vintagey. So next thing we're going to do is sew our pages into the cover. So we're going to do that as a pamphlet stitch. And what you need for this is some sort of board that you can poke holes into. Either I have this from my Cricut, or you can just use an old book, and just an old book that's thick, and so when you poke your holes through, it just goes into the book and not into your table or whatever it is you're working on. You'll need something to, like an awl, to go to poke into your book or into your pages. And then you need some embroidery floss or some baker's twine, or if you have like a hemp cord or something that's pretty sturdy to go through. Wax linen thread works great too. This is like a thicker embroidery. I think it's a cross stitch thread, I'm not sure, but it's a little bit thicker than regular embroidery thread. So, and then you need some paper clips. I have these 2-inch paper clips. So the first thing we do is line up all your pages, get them in the way that you want them to be permanently in your book, and find your center. So this is my center page here. Holding it upright like this, make sure it's pushed all the way to the back. And you're going to start by adding paper clips near the spine on the bottom and the top. So I'm just taking this and adding a paper clip in there. And I'll do one down at the bottom here. And I usually do one at each corner or at each side here near the spine. Like that. And then I'll add one down here. And just kind of adjust it like that. And if you wanted to add one up here, you can. So that holds them together. Now pull over your mat here, and since this is just one signature, it's easy to just eyeball where you put them. If you want to be a perfectionist, you could use your ruler, and I usually go down like 1.25 inches from the top and then from the bottom, and then I go directly in the middle. So you can measure this and just dot it with a pencil, or I just usually just eyeball it. I go one in the center, and I poke it with it closed up like this to make sure I get it directly in the center of the back of the cover. So that's in the center there. And go down, and I'll hold it up and just poke it through like that so I can see it. And it is right in the middle, so that's good. And then we want to go up my top here. Now I already have my charm in here, so we don't want to go up there. So you definitely want to go down 1.25 inches or so. I go about right there and poke a hole again. That through. And the last is down here. So I have 3 holes. Quite get it in there. All right, so I have my 3 holes. So now I'm going to take my embroidery thread, and what I usually do is cut a piece that is 3 times the size. So if I can find my end, here's my end. So I go 1, 2, and 3 and cut that. And then I have this needle that has a really big head on it. Get it? It's a really big head. So I'll go ahead and thread it. And I leave about that much of a tail. I don't knot it at either end, and I just do it one thickness. And the first thing I do is go down through the center hole. And pull it all the way through till I like to leave the tail to the end of the book here, so I leave that much. Now we're going to either go to the top or the bottom hole, it doesn't matter. And you go through that hole into the center. And then pull it up. Make sure that this is still here. And then make sure that it's tight there. And you'll be able to tighten it a little bit more when you have it all through. Now what you want to do is take your needle, bypass the middle hole, and go to the bottom hole and go through to the outside here. And now you're out on the back here. Now go up through the middle hole. Pull it through, and you'll want to pull the thread all the way through there. And now you have your middle, this thread in the center here. You want your ends to go one on the left side and one on the right side. And now you're just going to tie this up. You can remove the needle. Just tie that. Make sure you're tight here, it's tight. And then I like to double knot it and then tie a bow. Double tied. You can leave them like this, trim them even, and you could even tie some charms down there or beads or whatever you want to do. I'm just going to tie a bow and then I'll trim if I want it to be trimmed. Just a regular bow there. And then I'll trim this even with the other side. Just like that. Oops. Just want to tighten it there. Now you can pull off your paper clips. So now it's all tied up in there, ready to go, and we are ready to put in all of our pockets and things. So let's see here. We have this one that we just made. So we can stick that one in here. That would be cute. I have some other goodies. Let's see. I'm going to first go through and put the things that we've made here. I made this one earlier and I have a video for that, so you can go ahead and check that one out. But I'm going to stick this one in this little belly band here. I have this 6-pocket page that I made. I'm going to put this in my full pocket that's in the center here, this side. So I'll fit that in there. And then I made this. I'm going to glue this. Let's see. I think I'm going to glue this right here. Just like that. A little tuck there, so I'll stick a note card in there. I have this cute little teddy bear card that I'd found at a thrift store, so I'll fit this, tuck that in there. I have these little red cards. Let's see. Stick those in there like that. I have some tickets. Slide those into this little pocket here. I have another shipping tag. Slide that in there. Here's the note card. Tuck in there. I was going to pull a sheet of these canning jar labels. And let's see, we'll find a pocket. I'll just stick those in there. Like that. And then I have this time card sheet. I want to find a tuck spot for that, or a belly band. Let's see. It's kind of big for that. Put that in there. and then this will get tied up. It's a good chunky sized book, but there's still room for adding journaling and pictures in there. You can take out these pieces, you know, if the recipient didn't want it this fat, they could take this piece out because it's kind of big, but it's really cute. So these books will be in my Etsy shop, so go ahead and follow the link over to my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop's called Creative Crafticality, just like my YouTube channel. All my older items in my shop will be 30% off, and my newer items will be regular price, but if you want an additional coupon, then go ahead and follow me over on my Instagram. The link for that will be down below. It's at Creative Crafticality. And just head on over to my Etsy shop and check out what I have. And I hope you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.